evening, and thank you for joining us, Jack. You know, it's always good when the new kids on the team are able to step up and deliver.
Yeah, and the Pontiacs have one of their rookies stepping up. Not going to tell you who it is because Clayton didn't either. So we have that story coming up in sports.
Well, the anticipation is killing me, Gerard. What are we looking forward to in the weather, though?
Weather's a lot simpler than that one, Jay. We promised some rain. It hasn't happened. We've seen the buildup of clouds during the course of the afternoon, mind you. And this is what we're looking at. 10 is where we're sitting pretty at. Got to 12 at about 1 o'clock. The humidity is still rising very slowly, though, at 44%. The winds have been west, northwest, sometimes just plain old northwest, and getting up at one point to about 41, 42 kilometers an hour. We've even seen a UV reading of 2 on the scale. So as we compare across the region, Cold Lake, Bonneville, and St. Paul had some more cloud cover early on, but it's beginning to lift off as well. They did get to 12 at about 3 o'clock, and in the Battlefords you're seeing 13 right now, but actually they did get to, was it 14? Yes, they did, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So will we see some of those clouds bringing on some water? Your guess is as good as mine, but we'll tell you about the weekend when we get to the second segment.
The Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce had plenty of reasons to celebrate last night. Coming off the heels of Lloydminster being ranked the second best city in Canada to do business, the Chamber threw their annual awards gala. Emmett Murphy has more on the prestigious affair held for the first time in the Vic Juba Community Theatre.
In one of the top entrepreneurial cities in Canada, the Chamber of Commerce Awards Gala was really about celebrating the elite businesses not only in the city, but the entire country. 10 awards were presented, including the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's winner for years of service to the border city was last year's Rotary Club Citizen of the Year winner. Ken Kay has lived in Lloydminster for over 50 years, and though he retired from Eglin 5 years ago, he still remains an active member of the community.
I do a lot of the yard work, a lot of the things that nobody else wants to do or has time to do. I don't mind doing it because I don't have anything else to do. So.
This year's winner for Best Small Business also grabbed top honors as Business of the Year.
Lloydminster Animal Hospital.
I think anybody in business will tell you that you don't do it for the recognition. You have a passion for what it is you do, but certainly we're deeply honored.
For the winners, their awards were confirmation that their businesses were able to help a community that has helped them so much.
It extends to a sort of spirit within the community and an ability and a willingness to pitch in and help out and to be self-reliant.
It's always just been a common sense way of doing business. If you can be successful at business, you're only right that you should share it with your employees and the community as well.
Emmett Murphy, Newcap News.
Continuing with the Chamber's Business Week, today some of the region's businessmen met for a conference focusing on the issues they're tackling in our community. The meeting highlighted 3 prominent guest speakers, but the organizers actually put the men to work a little bit, getting them out of their seats and into the gym. Whitney Stinson reports.
Throwing around the pigskin may not seem like anything business related, but this is an exercise in focusing on health. The conference tackled topics like staying healthy, balancing work and home life, and building culture in the workplace.
Let me tell you how it's going to be.
The first guest speaker was a human resources specialist. She looks at demographics framework and how the labor supply numbers influence businesses. A big topic here since the workforce is so young and the economy vibrant.
There's a lot of pressure then on labor supply, and I think there's a lot of pressure on employers to figure out ways to fully engage and make great use of the labor they've got and to find ways to get harmony between generations in the workforce.
Organizers chose her because Lloydminster businesses are all facing staffing shortages.
And so I think it really helps if we can understand and relate to the different generations in the workforce to hopefully keep them engaged and keep them around.
The talk sparked many questions from the crowd of interested men. Cummings says the group really focused on how the choices they make about the economy today can affect their business tomorrow.
I really am pleased that this group today really connected those dots, right, from current action to kind of future consequence, and thought really carefully about how they want their Lloydminster to look.
She says there's some real turbulence on the way for our region because of declining numbers in the labor supply in the next 10 to 15 years. The group really got into talking about how to compensate for that.
I appreciate how thoughtful this crowd was today about how they want that future to look and how they want to welcome new labor in if they need to do that, or limit growth if they need to do that as well.
Organizers say they hope the men gain some valuable insight as well as thought about refocusing their emphasis on building workplace culture, and of course, staying fit. Whitney Stinson, Newcap News.
Students from 14 schools across Lloydminster were at a downtown bank today to drop off some money. CIBC's Treasure Chest hosted the United Way fundraising campaign to help raise funds for local charity groups. As Peter Quinlan explains, this was more than about just counting coins.
These kids got a break from class today to come count coins.
We're trying to get the roll-up pennies out of the water bottle. It's kind of really tricky.
They're learning a valuable life lesson in a fun and competitive way.
Our students are always looking to prove to our community that they are wonderful citizens and they are great members of our community. They give generously, they give without thought.
This is just one of the United Way's fundraisers. They hope to raise $155,000 this year to support a wide range of different local programs and services.
There's the Rescue Squad and the Libby Young Center and the B. Fisher and the sexual assault.
Fulton says the impact these students make by their fundraising effort extends through the community.
Almost everybody I talk to either recognizes one of the programs or themselves or family member or neighbor or somebody has participated. So it really stretches the whole community.
This campaign is entirely driven by schools who find their own ways to encourage students to donate.
In our classrooms, we had a challenge between all the classes to put pennies into water bottles, and whoever had the most, whoever in the most at the end, they won bragging rights.
At school, we had a war with pennies, and whoever had the most pennies win. But all the pennies go to United Way, and it's just real fun.
And then really the schools and the teachers do some really great ideas of competition and fundraising.
The fundraiser has been running for decades, and while the money is still being counted, they hope to beat last year's total of $4,200. Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.